Hi, thank you once again for joining me. So, as I said, we are focusing on lubricating the joints. Sometimes when we are seated basically in front of a desk for long hours during the day, like most of us are, we have difficulty in the back. So we actually slouch the back and the air within the body becomes stagnant. So what we are going to do today is called Pawanmuktasana. Pavan meaning wind or air, and Mukta means release. Asana is posture. So it's Pawanmuktasana. So what we're going to do, we're going to come into, I don't have anyone to help me to demonstrate, so I'm going to be doing the talking and the demonstrating. So please be patient with me, and if you cannot hear or if you get lost within the postures, you can always send me a message on Facebook Live. I actually have a phone here, so I can also check on that. So as I said, if you cannot sit on the floor, you can take a chair and sit on. So when you sit on a bolster, it helps to lengthen the spine, as I mentioned in the beginning. So you're going to come onto the edge of your seat, and you're going to stretch out the legs in front of you. Your toes are going to be facing the ceiling or towards the ceiling, and you can be pressing on to the ball mounds. You can feel the stretch onto your hamstrings as well. You can firm up your thigh muscles, and you're going to roll your shoulders back, shoulder blades towards the midline. You're going to take your back slightly backwards and come onto your hands, on the palms of the hands. So the palms will actually face the opposite direction, backwards. But if it's uncomfortable for you, you can always place them forward, the sides of your buttocks facing forward. You can close your eyes and take a nice deep inhalation. You can hold the breath in between, just for as long as the body can hold. And when you're ready, you can release. If you feel pins and needles in your feet, that means you actually don't have blood flow on that side. So you can even shake up your legs or even move your toes. So we're going to come into the first posture for today. It's actually toe bending. So you're just moving your toes. You're not moving any other part of the body, not any other part of the feet itself. So as you inhale, the toes are going to come down towards the ground, and as you exhale, your toes will come towards you. So you're still going to be sitting in the base position and allowing your chest to be raised. The sternum is going to be raised, heart is going to be open, your collarbone will be broadened. So when you actually sit in this position with the chest raised, heart open, you allow more breath to be taken into the body. And more prana means longer, it's actually longevity of life. So we're increasing the life force. So deep inhalations. And deep exhalations. So remember, in Pawanmuktasana, it's about aligning and synchronizing the breath with the movement. And we're slowing down the breath. As we slow down our thoughts. So in life, in this day and age, we are so busy. And everything has to happen now. We don't have patience. And that actually causes more harm to our body. but when we relax and be more patient with ourselves, allowing the body to let go as we release toxins and emotions that does not serve us anything, so we just let go. So this toe bending we do normally about 8 to 10, and if we can do it every day, we can release arthritis and things that is actually connected to joint pain, inflammation in the bones, inflammation in the joints. So the next one, we're going to be bending from the ankle down. So as we inhale, we'll bend from the ankle down, toes will come towards the ground. And as we exhale, we'll bend from the ankle up, toes will come up. So you're going to breathe in through your nose, and when you exhale, you also breathe out through your nose. But if you have difficulty breathing out through the nose, you can always breathe out through your mouth with a sigh. So you're just letting go. And most humans, we have a problem in letting go. We're holding on too much, and that is how we hold on to tension, which does cause pain, which leads to disease in the body. So the sooner we learn how to let go, the sooner we can try our best to heal ourselves. And we do have the potency to heal our bodies on our own, as long as we slow down, relax, and take time out for ourselves. So with this also we do about 8 to 10. We'll do one more and release. The next one, we're going to be rotating the ankle, basically rotating the foot or the feet. We're going to do both at the same time. So we'll do clockwise and anti-clockwise. So as you inhale, your feet or your toes will go towards the left. And as you exhale, your toes will come forward. So you're going to try to make a circle. It may not be a perfect circle, but try to, when you close your eyes, you allow yourself to go deeper within the pose. You basically align the breath with the movement. So there's 3 ways of practicing Pawanmuktasana. One is aligning the breath with the joint, and second is aligning the breath with the movement, and the third is more advanced. So as you practice this often, you will become advanced. Is basically aligning the joints with the movements as well as the energy. So try to keep the spine straight, so the hands support you or support your back upright. And remember, the spine is very important within our body because it holds all of our organs in place. And if the If the spine collapses, it will be difficult for your organs to be in the correct place. So we have to strengthen and help support our spine by different yogic postures. And yoga is basically for everything. You can practice it on and off the mat by calming the mind and calming the body. So this feet rotation, we can do it in two different variations. We could do it by the rotation, what I just showed you, or we could do it by separating the feet and rotating the feet on either side. So let's finish what we were first doing with the feet together. We'll do one more rotation. And remember to delve deeper within the body as you're rotating the feet, and focus on the joint that is being activated. And we're trying to slow down the breath, slowing down the movement, slowing down the thoughts. And it's natural for thoughts to come within our mind when we're doing anything that is calming for the body. So we have to deal with emotions right then and there instead of just brushing them under the carpet. So after the last exhalation, we will do the opposite direction. So remember, we do it clockwise and anti-clockwise. And if ever you feel discomfort sitting in this position, you can always use a chair. So I always say yoga is for everyone. It's not just for a certain type of person, a certain type of body. So whatever body type you may be, wherever you are in your life, you can always modify the poses and practice them. So if you're having difficulty being seated in this position, you can always use a wall as a prop. You can have your back against the wall, or you can be seated on a chair to do this. And go according to your own body, the pace of your body. Try not to rush it. Slow down the breath. So you're aligning the breath with the movement. And if you haven't set your intentions at the beginning of the session, you can do so now. And when we do anything with pure intentions, we can always have positive results. So as I mentioned a few moments ago, there's two variations of doing this rotation of the feet, or ankle rotation. We can also space the feet slightly apart as we rotate the feet towards each other. So basically the toes will come towards each other as you inhale, and as you exhale, the toes will go on either side. So it's also circular motion. Take a nice deep inhalation, have the toes come towards each other. The toes can even touch, the big toe mounds can touch. And exhaling, bringing the toes on either side. So with this also you could do 5 to 10, depending on how much of time you have. Pawanmuktasana is actually time consuming, and it may be very simple, but it is actually very necessary for us to practice this. It loosens the joints, and most of us actually hold tension in the joints of the body. And if we don't take care of them because we're always so busy, that normally leads to chronic pain that we take medication for, and medication normally have basically other kind of results in the body. It may solve the problem, but it may not take care of the root of the problem. So there's always a root cause for everything. So we'll take one more deep inhalation as we bring the toes towards each other, and exhale as the toes come on either side. If you need a moment just to relax, you can sit in base position and try to bring the toes towards our bodies. When you do that, also firm up the thighs, and you can feel the pull in the hamstring. So the next part of the Pawanmuktasana, we're going to try and pick up the kneecaps. We pick up the kneecaps by firming up the thighs, and you can even bring the toes towards you. You can actually feel the movement, and you can see the movement of the kneecaps. So as you inhale, you'll pick up the kneecaps, and as you exhale, you let it go. So as we get older, we tend to suffer more with these joint pains. When we're younger, we have no worries, so no pain. But as you become an adult, you are basically carrying a lot of stress, and if we don't work that stress, that's how it actually ends up being a part of our bodies. So in this session, we are trying to let go, and it won't happen overnight where you release all of this. You need to be constant practice. So just relax. So the next one we're going to do, I'm going to come actually in the front, moving this. So you can actually decide whether you want. You can have your 1 foot straight ahead, or you can have it in a cross-legged, whichever is comfortable for you. Remember to listen to your body and do what your body allows you to do. So I'm going to start off by lengthening out my right leg, and the left leg, and the right foot will be onto my left thigh. You can actually have your fingers in between the toes, just to allow you to have the grip. So you can just have the shin onto the foot itself. And we're going to, as we inhale, there's actually more of a circular motion. As you inhale, you'll bring your toes up. And as you exhale, the toes go down. So whatever toxin was not released in the first rotation that we did, this is more intense because you actually have more control of the movement. So remember, if you're closing your eyes, it's more dynamic. because you're going more deeper within. So you're just focusing on the part of the body that is in motion, which is the ankle, in this position. And we're going to do the other way. So first we do clockwise, and then we do anti-clockwise. So whichever, if you do normally anti-clockwise first, that's also fine. And remember to focus on the breath and the movement. We'll bring the feet straight ahead, and we'll do the other side. So anyone can practice these movements. But if you have medical problems where you actually cannot move the kneecaps and things like that, so don't do it. So with yoga, you don't force your body into a pose. It naturally goes into a pose by practicing these poses often. So the first time may be difficult, especially the mind. To calm the mind is difficult for most of us because the mind is always so busy. But as we learn to let go, it becomes much more easier. And you can even smile as you're doing this, because smiling and laughing releases good endorphins. And endorphins is what we actually need in our bodies. Good hormones. After we take the last exhalation, we'll just release. You can even shake up the legs a bit just to get the energy flowing. So prana is flowing within our bodies. And we're going to do one foot at a time, one knee at a time. Okay. So I'm actually going to be removing my prop from underneath me. But if you still need yours, you can still be seated in it. So with this, we're just going to be moving your knee. So your knee will be coming up as you inhale, and as you bring it down, exhale. So try to be gentle with the movement, because you're using your hand to help you with this asana. So it's also beneficial for women in the first trimester of the pregnancies, because it helps to strengthen the pelvis as well as widening the hips. We'll do one more. In Sanskrit, it is called Ardha Tipli Asana, which is half butterfly. So we'll do the alternative knee. Inhale as you rise, raise your knee. And exhale as you descend. Do one more. Release. So the next one is actually a full butterfly, where you're going to be raising your knees. So you can actually choose how you want to come into this position. You can actually raise your knees and place your feet together, bringing the feet towards each other. And if you have difficulty sitting flat onto the ground for this, you can always use your pillows. You can put your pillows on either side of your knees. So it's actually more nourishing, more nurturing. Or you can actually sit onto a bolster, which helps to elevate the spine. So with this, you're going to grab onto your toes. Make sure the big toe mound and the baby toe are gently pressed against each other. You can hold on to your feet. And just like a butterfly, you're going to allow the knees to be raised. And as you inhale, the knees will come up, and as you exhale, it comes down. So we're going to close our eyes and go gently within this. So we're going to be focusing. We're going to be focusing on the breath and the movement. So naturally, the butterfly will flap its wings faster, and just like that, your knees will be gently going quite a bit faster. So still focus on the breath and the movement, but still slow down the breath. So as the motion is actually, because you're also releasing all toxins around the area of the hips, of the knees. So if any joints you're focusing on, you're being released of toxins around that area. After the last exhalation, you come back onto your mat. Like with me, I'm just changing my direction. For this, you won't really need props, but if you do need, it's still fine. You can have your hands behind you. So you can actually have the fingers facing away from the body, the wrists facing the body. And you're going to bring your hands or your body slightly back. If it's uncomfortable for you to go into this position, you can always change the direction of the hands. The hands can be facing towards the body. And as you inhale, your feet will come up. And as you exhale, feet will come down. Inhale. This can be strenuous for beginners. So if you need more support, you can actually use a chair. You can be seated on your chair and just raise your legs. So you're opening out the chest, shoulder blades towards the midline. Inhale and exhale. Activating the core is also very good for the core, strengthening of the core. And pressing onto the palms of the hands as you raise your feet. And also firm up your quads. So you do one more. For the next one, you will be seated nice and firmly onto the ground, especially onto the sitting bones. If you need to move the flesh of your buttocks back, you could do that. And have your hands behind you at the sides. And we are going to do one knee at a time. As we inhale, we will bring the knee towards the body, or the knee will be facing the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. So your knee, your foot, or the heel of your foot will not touch the ground. It will still be just slightly above. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale. You do the other foot. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Remember to have your eyes closed and delve within and follow the breath with the movement. If you are feeling tired in between, you can always rest your foot onto the ground. So push yourself gently. Don't be hard on yourself. We actually also practice in ahimsa. We do not cause any harm to our bodies. Because we always have to remember our soul, which is our real self, lives within our bodies. We do one more. So with the next one, you can also choose how you're going to be seated in this. There's different modifications and variations how you can be seated. You can either have your feet or your legs straight ahead, or you can be seated in a cross position, cross-legged position. You can be seated in your prop or on a chair, or with your back against the wall. So with this, we're going to bring our hands up. I'm going to do it towards my side so you can also see the direction and the way my body is placed onto the mat. So your hands are going to be coming straight ahead. You can even look at the direction of your hands. So you're going to soften hands. So you can just feel, if you actually go like this, you would feel it's motionless. There's not a lot of, especially basically lifeless, you could say. So you'll have your hands straight ahead at a nice eye level, back straight, sitting firmly onto your sitting bones. You can spread out the fingers. Inhale deeply and exhale. So as we inhale, we're going to be clenching our fists. So inhale, clenching the fists. Exhale, opening up the fists. It can be strenuous for the arms, which is natural, especially if you're not used to be doing movements within the body. You can always take a break in between, but try not to take too long breaks because you want to release toxins out of your body. You want to get some sort of benefit from this. Inhale, clenching. exhaling, release. So just imagine when you're angry, everything in your body becomes tense. So just like that, when inhaling, you're clenching that first, nice and tight. And when you release, you let go. So that tells me, basically, when we are angry and we're holding on to tension and stress, anxiety, all those emotions causes harm to our bodies. But as soon as we try to let go, the body begins to heal and becomes lighter. So we just have to practice to release and let go. We'll do one more. We'll bring our hands onto our knees, opening out our chest, bringing the shoulder base towards the midline. And we're going to raise our hands one more time. And this time, we're going to be just bending the hands from the wrist down. So you're going to be placing the hands eye level, sitting nice and firm onto the ground and straightening our spine. As we inhale, we'll bend from the wrist down, and as we exhale, our wrist will come up. So you're only moving the hand from the ankle down. You're not moving any other part of the hand. So the elbows and the arms all stay fixed. But allow the energy to be free flowing, so you're not holding on to any toxins. Focus on the breath and the movement, as well as the joints that is being lubricated within this movement. And remember to listen to your body. Whenever you're feeling tired, you can always take a rest in between. So with all these different movements, you do normally 5 to 10 or 8 to 10, depending on the time that you have available. Even if you can do one joint a day, one movement a day, say like 5 sets for the ankle rotation or 5 sets for the wrist rotation, it'll help. It helps to loosen the joints, and it helps you to go deeper within other yogic postures, strengthening yourself from the inside out. We'll do one more. So the next one we're going to have, we can be focusing on the elbow. So we're going to bring our hands onto our knees. Still remember to open out your heart and the shoulder base towards the midline. Opening out our palms and resting our hands onto the top of the hands, onto the knees. And we're going to raise the palms as we inhale, touching the shoulders. So as you inhale, the hands come towards the shoulders, and exhale, opening them out onto the palm or onto the knee itself. Inhale, exhale. So instead of resting the palms onto the knee itself, we can even lengthen the hands itself. Remember to close your eyes and dive deeper within. Deep inhalation as the palms touch the shoulders, deep exhalation as the palms are lifted off the shoulders towards the ground. We'll do about 3 more. And if you have difficulty being seated in this position, remember to listen to your body. Don't force yourself. You can always sit on a chair or against the wall. We'll do one more. With the next, we're actually going to be rotating the shoulders. So the both palms will come rested onto the shoulders itself. And we're going to, with a nice deep inhalation, your elbows will come towards the body. And as you exhale, elbows come apart. So basically we're going into a circular motion, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the back, relaxing the neck, remember to go deep within and feel the energy flowing. Focus on the breath and the movements. So we'll do clockwise and anti-clockwise. You can do the other direction. Do a few more as we release. We'll do one more, now basically the last exhalation. And we'll relax the palms onto our knees, or the sides of our knees. This time we will, as we take a nice deep inhalation, we'll bring the head forward. And as we exhale, it will go back. Remember to protect the neck when you're doing this. So we're going to go to at a comfortable distance, not too back and not too front, because the head normally is the heaviest in the body. It holds the spine, well, basically the spine holds the head up. And if it's not aligned with the spine, it causes more tension for the spine itself. It weighs more than 12 kgs than what it's already weighing. Nice deep inhalation. Deep exhalation. Focus on the breath and the movements. And releasing the toxins in the area of the neck and the area of the joint that is being massaged joint that's being lubricated. We will actually move the head from side to side as we inhale. The head will come towards the shoulder, but at the same time move the shoulder away from the head. So we're relaxing the shoulder and we're not tensing. And we'll inhale to the other side. So when you're inhaling and we're coming to the center, we're not pausing. We're exhaling and inhaling again, coming towards the other side. So we're just switching the breath. It takes more focus, which is very good for the mind. And helps us to focus, especially when we're doing maybe studying or even meditating or chanting. It's difficult for us to focus because our mind is so busy wandering. But doing this types of asanas helps us to strengthen the mind and helps us to focus. So the next movement, we're going to be rotating in a circular motion. So we inhale, bringing the head towards the front. And as our head comes towards the side, we're getting ready to exhale. As soon as the head comes to the side, we're exhaling. Inhaling to the next motion. So we're just moving the head. Relax the abdomen. We'll change the rotation. So remember, we do clockwise and anti-clockwise. So with this as well, we do 5 to 10. So we'll come back to neutral. So there's one motion that I forgot to show you, but we'll do it right now. It's clenching of the fist by bringing the thumb underneath the fingers, where you bring in the fingers over. So you're going to try and hold. You're going to hold it nice and firmly, not too tight, not too loose either. And we're just going to rotate the wrist. It's if you have a coin nearby, you can even hold the coin underneath. And just try to hold the coin nice and tightly, nice and firmly, whereby the coin is not jutting out or through your finger or through the thumb or the little gap over there. It's very good for people that want to just increase their writing or to better their writing skills, especially kiddies that are starting out and learning how to write, or teenagers that are in school and are writing tests and things like that. So it strengthens the wrists. So those of us that have very weak wrists, we could do this. You can even sit in front of your desk in your office, or even in your home while you're watching TV, or anything that you're doing. You could do this. Most of these postures we can do it whilst we are sitting and doing our normal day-to-day activities. And you can close your eyes whilst you do this. Also having the back nice and comfortable, lengthening the spine, sitting grounded onto the sitting bones. So deep inhalation as the wrists come up, and exhale as the wrists come down. You'll do about 3 more breaths of this. Slowing down the breath, focusing on the movement and the breath and the breath. So we can do clockwise and anti-clockwise. It may be getting your arms tired. If you need to rest in between, you can do that. Slow down the pace. We'll do 2 more. And softening the jaw, softening the shoulders and the neck. So we are going to be ending our session. What we can do, we can actually rest our bodies into Shavasana. For those of you that haven't practiced yoga with me before, Shavasana is basically, in English it means corpse position, where you're actually laying lifeless onto the ground. And when you, it's very intense word if you actually think of it, but it just means that you are resting. And when you are resting in this position, you allow the body to heal. With your mind is still, the body is still. So you're giving more opportunity to yourselves to heal. If you have back issues, you can even maybe sit slightly forward away from the bolster itself and just have your head and your back onto this bolster. In your case, you have blankets, you can fold your blanket nice and thick and do that. It helps for you to be more deeper into your relaxation. And you can also have something small, like a small pillow, for your head and neck onto the bolster itself. It helps with the alignment of the spine. So we could do that. So I will just demonstrate. You can still lay in this position. I will come out of it after I demonstrate, so I can just talk you through it. You can have your feet slightly apart, or you can have them cross-legged, whichever is more comfortable for you. Allowing the feet to fall on either side of the body, and opening out your palms, having the palms slightly away from the body itself. Also the arms will be slightly away from the body. Raising your heart chakra, broadening your collarbone, and bringing your shoulder blades towards the midline. Make sure the alignment for your neck, head and neck, is properly placed onto the mat itself. And you're just going to be allowing yourself to let go. You take a nice deep inhalation from your belly up. So you're going to breathe all the way up towards the crown. Allow the breath to maneuver through your mind, grabbing onto toxins that may be in that region of the body. And as you exhale slowly through the fingertips, through the toes. So remember, pain in the body is normally connected to emotions. So with the lower back, it's basically support of community, support of family. So each pain is connected. And when we take care of the root cause of our problems, releasing them and not holding on to them, we start our healing journey. So at the beginning of our session, we set our intentions for ourselves for our session today. And as we end our session, we end with gratitude. You can bring your hands into Namaskar together as you're in your Shavasana, relaxed position. And you can open out your fingers, pressing your thumbs against your heart, bringing your chin towards your body. So you're bowing down to your heart. And that's the region of the soul. The soul actually lives in that region of the body. Bowing down to your heart in gratitude for taking this moment to practice. Because we all live in a very fast-paced, very busy world. And to get even 5 minutes in the day is like too much for most of us. But when you take time for yourself to heal, time out for yourself to do whatever you enjoy doing, getting to know yourselves to the best of your ability and your capabilities, it's the best gift that you can ever give yourself. And the more you understand you and you're filling your cup, you're also releasing all of those toxins that does not serve anything in your body. You basically allow yourself to give more to the next, because most times we're actually taking care of everybody else besides ourselves. And you're going to be focusing on the rise and the fall of the chest. You're going to breathe in nice and deeply, all the way down to the toes. We're going to hold the breath for a while. And as we are ready, we're going to let go. Remember, when you're holding the breath, try not to strain or stress the areas where you normally hold on to tension. Try not to tense the muscles. It's all about releasing and letting go. Nice deep inhalation. Deep exhalation. And with each inhalation, you're filling your body with new life, fresh air, positivity. And with each exhalation, you feel toxins leaving. And we're going to be leaving with these affirmations. You can say this internally as you're in a very relaxed space right now. I am free and at peace. I'll say this again, and you can also repeat, because when you repeat something, you also believe it. And it's better to be believing in something that is more positive and cause us joy, happiness in our lives. I am free and at peace. I am a free person living in a world that is a reflection of my own love and understanding. I'll say that again. I am a free person living in a world that is a reflection of my own love and understanding. And we basically do need more love into this world, and we all have to start with ourselves. So one step at a time, we change ourselves, we change our world. And our world is basically within us. So we strengthen from the inside out. When our inside is actually calm, beautiful, wonderful, exciting, joyful, our outside world also is the same. If you feel you are drifting into sleep whilst you're in the Shavasana, it's perfectly fine. It just means that your body needs the rest. You may be fatigued at the moment, and it's okay just to let go and take a sleep. Because sometimes even when we are sleeping at the normal times at night, we're not normally sleeping because our minds are too busy. We wake up during the course of the night, and when the body is still, the mind is still, that's when healing takes place. So when you're coming out of this pose, you're going to be taking a nice deep inhalation. Having your hands go over your head. Picking up, I'm going to demonstrate how I'm going to do it. So you're going to stretch through your fingertips. And also stretching through your toes. Raising your knees towards the ceiling and grounding your feet as you stretch through your fingertips. Grabbing your shins. Opening out the heart, broadening your collarbones, activating your feet. And we're going to rock the body from side to side, from left to right. And make sure you take nice deep inhalations and deep exhalations. Now, this is actually really good for the kidneys because you're massaging the kidneys. And when you're ready, we could rock forward. Thank you so much for joining today's session. I really do appreciate it. So for most of you that are attending my daily classes on Zoom, thank you so much as well. And if anyone wants to just get more information on my daily classes online, you can contact me via any of the social media platforms, and I can actually talk you through it. And if you need any advice on any yogic postures or even on the session that we had today, you can message me or, well, basically I've got all of my information on my page. Contact me and I'll be very happy to help you. And you can also share this video with all of your friends and family, and we can all help each other keep healthy and sane. So that's my intention. And yeah, thank you once again. Bye-bye. Haribol.